I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today, highlights of the news, the hate speech, Indian laws, and Bharat. And the president elections will be held on the 21st, uh, I think 18 July, and a result will be announced on 21st July. So, and the Rajya Sabha election, the 55 seats, and except the four states, all just elected unopposed. And according to me, I think degrading the Rajya Sabha stature due to the vested interest of all political parties in Rajya Sabha. So, if you talk about hate speech, so today, uh, if you see, uh, Delhi police has uh, filed a FIR against 32 people named in the first information report, and for hate speech, inciting groups and creating situations that disturb the peace and harmony in society. In this long list, Mr. Owaisi, Member of Parliament, Nupur Sharma, the former spokesperson of BJP, Mr. Navin Jindal, former media head of the Delhi BJP, and Mr. Anil Meena, Pooja Shukun, Sadab Chauhan, uh, many names. If you see that, journalist Sawan Nakmi, a list of people charged by Delhi police over hate speech, including for comments for Prophet Muhammad, and social media post on the claim that the siblings symbol of Lord Shiva has been found in Varanasi Gyanvapi Mosque is getting longer, and all hate speech incidents have been clubbed in the two cases. So, according to police sources, the 32 people has been named in the first information report or a file filed by Delhi police, where the Mr. Wesi is trying to create the new drama. Why their FIR lost, they don't know. They are not able to understand. So, inciting groups creating situation that disturb peace and harmony in society. Yati Nasingara Anand accused in the Haridwar hate speech case, and the Savanak B and the other earliest group in the name in the FIR. And also, I am surprised to see the FIR. If really police has done something, but on the case of Nupur Sharma, I'll tell you, and Naveen, if you see the whatever he has made the hate speech. So Nupur Sharma already claimed if they kill the court, she will keep all the books and all reference before the court, and automatically court will take the decisions. So I don't think she has made any such comments, but whatever police said that may be correct according to them. So we should do massive condemnation from the Gulf nation. So analyze the social media post before in comments. Mr. Sharma on TV sacked BJP spokesman Ravi Jindal also among 32 who display charges. Mr. Owaisi, who led the All India Majlis-e-Ittihad Muslimin or AIMIM, has questioned the Delhi police for the clubbing the hate speech case against sacked BJP spokespersons, Navin Jindal and others, including himself. Mr. Owaisi alleged the police. This is the old habit of Mr. Owaisi, not wanting to upset those who supported Mr. Sharma. Even after her comments on TV, did a balancing act by clubbing all the names. So, some names we have. So, Nupur Sharma comments on Prophet Muhammad on TV. Navin Jindal tweet on the Prophet Muhammad. Already he deleted tweet, and both are already said the sorry before all. Sawan Nakmi tweet on sibling. Ashuddin Abbasi inciting religious divide. Pooja Shakun Pandey wrote later the Friday prayer prayers by Muslims. Mufti Nadeem threatened to gauze eyes and who insult the Prophet. And Sadab Chauhan, so-called, I think, spokesperson of the Peace Party, and many more. So I think what is hate speech? Why you making the hate speech? What do you gain? Since the independence, if you think about that 1947, how the root cause is, I think it started from there. If you see Our Bharat country, Hindustan, got independence, but at the cost of the division. Bharat, Hindustan and Pakistan, Bharat. That is also played the politics with the name India, that is Bharat. Game of the just, I think I'll say about the Muslims leaders and the English, and how Mr. Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru played the politics sentiment of the country, so that we are just now till today, after 75 years, we are organizing the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We are celebrating, but now feeling is same that how they have done, why they have done. If you see the already this 295 according to IPC, 153 and 505 already IPC um, already under the act, they have filed a case, and hate speech law India to prevent discord among its many ethnic and religious communities. The law allows the citizen to seek the punishment of anyone who shows the citizen disrespect on ground of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, caste, or any ground whatsoever. The Constitution of India does not provide for the state religion. Article 25 1 states, subject to public order, morality, and health, and to the other provisions of this part, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the rightly free to profess, practice, and propagate religion. Article 19 gives all citizens the right to freedom of speech and expression, but to subject to reasonable restrictions for preserving inter alia public order, decency, and morality. And how would you see the overseas statement, how they are trying to maintain the morality and how the decency? Always talking about the anti-India, Bharat. Article 28 prohibits by any religious instruction, any educational institution wholly maintained by the honest state funds. So law, the India Bharat prohibits hate speech by the several sections of Indian Penal Code. The Code of Criminal Procedure and other laws which put limitations on the freedom of expression. Section 95 of the Code of CRPC, present code, give the government the right to declare certain publication forfeited if the publication appears to the state government contain any matter publication of which is punishable under Section 124A or Section 153A or 153B or Section 292 or Section 293 or Section 295A of Indian Penal Code. Now I'm just talking briefly about the 153A, what the IPC said. Whoever by word, either spoken or written, or by sign, by visible representation, or otherwise promotes or attempts to promote on grounds of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, caste, or community, or any other ground whatsoever, disharmony or feelings of enmity, hatred, or ill will between the different religions, racial, language, or regional groups of caste or communities, or commits by act which is prejudicial to the maintenance of the harmony between the different religious, racial, language, or regional groups or caste of communities, in which disturb is likely to disturb the public tranquility, shall be punished with imprisonment, which may extend to 3 years, or with fine, or both. On 295, what says, wherever with deliberate and malicious intention of outraging the religious feelings of any class, citizen of India, by words either spoken or written, or by sign or by visible representations, or otherwise insult or attempts to insult the religion or the religious beliefs of the class, shall be punished with the imprisonment, other description for the term may be extended 3 years, or fine, or both. And 295A history, the Rangila Rasul were published in 1927, a book, and the book concerned the marriages and sex life of Muhammad. On the basis of a complaint, the publisher was arrested, but later acquitted in April 1929, where there was no law against insult to religion. This is before independence, and this is a matter of the Pakistan, when the one person wrote the book about the criticizing the Hindu and Hindu goddesses. And after that, the publisher was murdered in court by the Ilimuddin. As a result, Ilimuddin was honored with the honorifices Ghazi and Sahid. As the book did not cause enmity or hatred between the different religious communities, it did not violate the Section 153A, the Indian Muslim community demanded a law against insult to religious feelings. Try to understand the sections of law. Here, the British government enacted Section 1295A. The Select Committee, before enactment of the law, stated in report that the purpose was to punish person who indulged in wanton vilification or attack upon their religion or their religious figures. However, a writer might insult a religion to facilitate social reform by the giving attention. Therefore, they recommended the words deliberate and malicious intention and in certain sections. And so many cases are there. And after that, you can understand the law is this is the 18th century law, Indian Penal Code. I think after the coming the Narendra Bhai Modi in government, more than 2,000 laws are scrapped. But most of the law is still there. So you can understand the history of the law, hate speeches and the religious. If that time, whatever decided after the independence, all Muslims, there was no Muslim that time, and all Muslims had gone to Pakistan. So there is no need of this law. Who will make the hate speech to whom? Not the matter of religion. You can, that time Mahatma Gandhi, if apply the mind, or Nehru, can apply to this Rashtra, Hindu Rashtra, as the Pakistanis already declared for the Muslim Rashtra. What's the problem behind that? But we can understand how they have just tried to make the politics and just destroy the country, India, Bharat, Hindustan, Pakistan, like that. So the details, so many arrested, censored, court verdict, guilty, non-guilty. On there, they make the puzzles, the state affairs and the country affairs of the country. Do that, so politician just only hunger for power that time. And many times view of Supreme Court also contradictory. So I think the politicians from either from the BJP or from the Congress and others who are just trying to hate speech, but whom is creating hate speech? Go to the root. First, Mr. Ramani on the TV tried to provoke. There is also Rule 504 IPC. If anybody provoked to anyone, both sides FIR should be lodged. But in the name of Rahmani, in this, I think it will look into who provoked to whom. And you are sitting here, you are provoking, and after that you are making the issues and making the new narratives and play the game. One Mr. Jubair, as already Nupur Sharma already stated about that, how he created the fake news in the name of the right news. This already he has been paying by so many countries, as according to sources said. That should be properly checked out. Delhi police, government of India should booked him under the fake news and hate speech. Who is the Mr. so-called journalist? He should be also booked, and FIR should be lodged independently. Why? Why not? They have just tried to distort the peace and harmony of the country in the name of religion. And many times, if anything happened to the family of Nupur Sharma said in the TV channel interview, only responsible Mr. Jubair, who just created the chaos on the false and fake news. That should not be tolerated by any authority, either Delhi police, or the government of India, state government. This is my concern. And whoever just try to spread this book, and the law is for everyone. Law is not respect to anyone. That is I think the piousness of law. So the time of break, and after break we'll just discuss about the president election and the Rajya Sabha election. Welcome to break. The Rajya Sabha, just the president election has been announced on July 18 and counting if needed on July 21st, according to Election Commission. So the tenure of the present president, Sri Ramnath Kovind, will come on the end on July 24th. And as per Article 62 of the Constitution, an election to fill the vacancy caused by the expiration of term of office is required to be completed before the terms end. So, Election Commission of India, Bharat, announced the schedule of the president election uh, on July 18 as the date of the 16th presidential election for electing the next president of India. The ECI, Election Commission of India, fixed the schedule for election for the Office of President of India. The notification of the election will be issued accordingly on June 15th. Today is 9 June. The last date of nomination scheduled for the June 29, and while polls to be held on July 18. The counting of votes, if needed, shall be done on July 21st, Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar said in press conference in New Delhi. The commission has decided to maintain all the COVID precautions and protocols on polling day. The tenure of President Ramnath Kovind come to the end on the July 24th, 2022, and as per Article 62 of the Constitution, election to fill the vacancy caused by the expiration of term office expired to the completed before the term end. The law provides the notification of elections shall be issued on and after the 60th day before the expiry of term. Article 3 to 4 of Constitution of India, the Presidential and Vice Presidential Elections Act 1952, the rules made under which the superintendent's direction and control the conduct of election to the Office of President of India and ECI. And President elected by the members of the Electoral College consisting of the elected members of both houses of parliament and elected members of legislative assemblies and all state including National Capital of Delhi and Union Territory of Puducherry. However, the nominated members of either Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha or Legislative Assembly of the state are not eligible to be included in the electoral college and therefore not entitled to participate in the election process. Similarly, members of Legislative Council are also not elected for the presidential election. According to Article 55(3) of the Constitution, the election is held in accordance to the system of the proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Only one person can vote one vote. So, and the voting of such elections shall be the secret ballot. In the system, the electoral has to mark preferences against the names of the candidate. The electoral can mark as many as preferences as the number of candidates, while the marking of the first preference compulsory for the ballot paper to be valid. If no will not mark 1, 2, 3 preference, that vote will be invalid. So for marking the vote, Commission also applies a particular pen. So you can't use your pen or other way. Electoral polling system by the designated official when the ballot paper is handed over. So member of parliament are expected to cast their votes in the place of roll. Generally, it is just held in Parliament House, Sansad Bhavan, New Delhi, and member of Legislative are expected to vote their respected their state capital. They no need to come to the parliament. And the Secretarial Rajya Sabha will be the returning officer of the election, as Rajiv Kumar CEC announced. Election shall be held with the system of the proportional representation by means of single transferable vote, and the total value of votes for all MPs combined is 543, 200, and state is 543, 5,43,231. Total electoral current election will be the 48019. Sorry. So I think including the MPs and MLAs, if you see like that. But if you like that, just how this is election is accordingly. So then electoral college and the partisan composition, if you discuss, the NDA is 49%, UPA is 24.02%, others is 26.98%. So total 100%. So there is a lack of 2 something percent for the win the election for the NDA candidate ruling party now. And according to the many persons, also discussion, subject of discussion in the media and other reports for the potential candidate for presidency. There is also discussion for the Nitish Kumar, Chief Minister of Bihar, the Captain Amrinder Singh, Chief Minister of Punjab, former Chief Minister of Punjab, Anusuya Uike, the Governor of Chhattisgarh, Arif Muhammad Khan, Governor of Kerala, and Tamil Sai Soundarajan, Governor of Telangana, Draupadi Murmu, Governor of Jharkhand, and somebody also say the Mukhtar Abbas. Now, this is already discussion, not the final candidate. There is only one person in this government knows the name of the right candidate, that is called Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi. Nothing way. The thing is, as I understand the politics of the NDA and BJP and politics of Mr. Modi. So there are also third front candidate, maybe Chief Minister of former Chief Minister of Maya, Uttar Pradesh, Mayawati maybe, but I don't think Samajwadi Party will support her. K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Chief Minister of Telangana, also the probable candidate. But I think Mamata Banerjee also looking for, and many names. Yasmin Sinha is also just trying to be. So what will happen? Time will say. If you think the list of the president. So my according to my experience, I'll tell you, I have seen and I have covered since Ramaswamy Venkatraman. So one, after the Sankarajal Sharma was there, then Dr. K.R. Narayanan was there, and I traveled with the Sankarajal Sharma also. I K.R. Narayanan many countries, and I also traveled Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I have seen the working of Pratibha Patil ji and Pranab Mukherjee also, and just Ramnath Kovind. So I am just covering the Rashtrapati one, so I can tell you the inputs of the who Rashtrapati was, how there. I will discuss later on what the nature of the Sankarajal Sharma and Venkatraman, Dr. K.R. Narayanan, APJ Abdul Kalam, many reminiscences with them, and Pratibha Patil, part of the is called part of the Ramnath Kovindji. So that is a long history, and that time the APJ Abdul Kalam was independent candidate supported by BJP that time, and Dr. Mr. K.R. Narayan also that time, and Ramnath Kovind, BJP candidate, first time BJP just and Pranab Mukherjee also BJP supported. Uh, if you see, Pratibha Patil is totally Congress candidate that time, and when APJ Abdul Kalam was there, so then Bharat Singh Shekhawat was the vice president. Or he is just won by the tremendous vote from the different parties, because in this election no whip is I think implied on the any voters. They are independent, they can vote to anybody, and there is no restriction of membership. So we can understand there how they are just doing play. So now the story of Rajya Sabha. Tomorrow, 10th June, seats for the, I think, 55 seats across the 15 states, and between the June and August 1st, 57, I think, prominent among retiring from upper house, the Ambika Soni, Jairam Ramesh, already elected. Samajwadi Party, Satish Chandra Mishra, Kapil Sibal already won. Nakvi has not found any birth any there, and but main politics is then actually how they are Rajasthan. So Rajasthan is not critical now. Rajasthan, Haryana, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. So I'll tell you a story how they are trying to save their MPs. That should not be. That is ethically wrong. When Rajya Sabha was formed and founded, so we can understand that the upper house, the house for the learned people, expert on the different subject from the good person society, like that. So if you see the Rajasthan entry of BJP backed independent candidate Subhash Chandra, the chairman of the GTV and the big businessman, has led to contest the fourth seat in the state. So that's the prompting the horse trading charges between the Congress and BJP, who are shifting their MLAs to resort. They are just they are now coming back today, and you have seen so many stories on different TV channels. Or they are trying to save their MPs. Four seats falling vacant and five candidates are afraid. So Congress has nominated three candidates, but Randeep Surjewala, Mukul Vasnik and Pramod Tiwari. BJP fielded one candidate, and Ghanshyam Tiwari, and also backing media Varan Subhash Chandra. There's a different type of politics. So a candidate needs the 41 votes to win. With 108 MLAs, the Congress can easily win two seats, while BJP can bag one with its strength 71. So Congress would need 15 more votes for the three candidates to sail through. BJP, on the other hand, needs 11 surplus votes for two candidates. So this is the politics. So that's why they are trying to save their MPs from MLAs from the different places together. And in Maharashtra, the 6 seats falling back, and there 7 candidates are in the fray. The contest of offering the sixth seat, the BJP fielding the three candidates, Shiv Sena fielding two, and Congress and NC fielding one each. So MBA, Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, Mahavikas Aghadi Alliance of Shiv Sena, Congress, NCP has enough votes, 151 to win the three seats, and fielded four candidates. So BJP has 106 MLAs and can win two seats, but fielded three candidates. So that's a matter of concern. The MBA needs 15 more votes to secure the seats, while the BJP could bag with the 13 extra votes. This has led to both the MBA and BJP constantly reaching the parties and independent group of MLAs. So we can just see the other way and how they are doing. And in Haryana, like Rajasthan and the entry of media baron, Kartikeya Sharma has made the contesting interest second seat, supported by BJP and JJP. Sharma is likely set to make the tide for the Congress as a Makhan. He is also media baron, India News TV channel, and Aaj Samaj Akhbar, and many newspapers. He is a chairman. So Sharma needs 31 votes to win, 4 more than surplus of BJP-led alliance. Congress has 31, but fears cross voting from its camp. So BJP, which has 40 MLAs, has fielded from the Transport Minister Kishan Lal Pawar, is backing Sharma. The party is banking on the 10th seat of his ally, the Jananayak Janata Party, to see Sharma through. Besides, there are 7 independents. So INLD Abhay Chaudhary and Haryana Lokhit Party Gopal Kanda have also announced the support to Kartikeya Sharma. So that is a matter of concern for the Congress. And I want one point to say, once upon the father of Kartikeya Sharma, Vinod Sharma, was not gained support from the BJP and others that time. So the time is going to change now. So in Karnataka, given the strength, BJP has 21, 110 MLAs, Congress has 70 members, assured to win 2 seats and 1 seat respectively. They contest only for the 4 seats, despite lacking the numbers of Rajya Sabha seat. JDS with 32 MLAs fielded a lone candidate, Bhupendra Reddy. There is all-out fight for the 4th seat between the Lehar Singh Siroya BJP, Mansoor Ali Khan Congress, and JDS candidate. Interestingly, none of the 3 parties have required votes to win 4 seats, which is why they are reaching out to one another, seeking support. So this is all inputs from that, but there is some interesting story from the Maharashtra. There is a setback to the MBA. Mr. Anil Deshmukh and Nawab Malik denied the bail, and they will not contest the Rajya Sabha election tomorrow. So that is a bad news for Shiv Sena, NCP, and others. So that is the latest one. How just thinking on how it is going on. Thank you very much. Just to join our show and see the all news. Like, subscribe, and just promote for the TV channels for the promote for the national interest. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.